Many people around the world is wondering why African Americans are so excited. Why 95% of African Americans that went to the poll voted for Obama. They don't understand why tears were running down the faces of elderly. Why 18-year-olds who were rushing to get to the poll, to register and get to the poll to vote. People that have never voted in their lives, for the first time, made sure that they went to the poll and punched the button that said Barack Obama for President of the United States. They don't understand the long journey that African Americans had in this country. Blacks were ripped from the shores of Africa, transported in disease-inflicted bowels of ship. Back in 1619, we started a long, dark history of slavery in America. Then in 1857, the highest court of the land, Supreme Court, ruled in the Dred Scott decision that it was constitutional to deny blacks their citizenship rights. That was despite the fact that the Constitution said that all men are created equal. And the Bible in which this nation was founded said that God has no respect for person. But yet the Constitution and the laws of the land for years allowed slavery and said that it was okay if we got treated less than humans. Slavery continued in America, in this country, for more than 250 years. Until in 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, granting freedom to all slaves. But this did not truly end slavery, nor did it give blacks, dark-skinned Americans, dark-skinned people who were not even considered Americans, their citizenship rights. This nation, after this nation declared the end of slavery, they instituted something known as Jim Crow laws across the South. And for more than 100 years, because of Jim Crow laws, blacks were denied citizenship rights. They were denied the same rights and privileges those of our fair-skinned citizens were given. But after 100 years, God called up Moses from the dark side of the mountain by the name of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And God gave Dr. King the self-same message that he gave Moses. He told Dr. King to go to the segregationists in the South. He told Dr. King to go to the president in the White House, to go to the nation and say, let my people go. Dr. King got a message straight from God that said, you will tell them to let my people go. And Dr. King was allowed to go to the top of the mountain. He was allowed to peek over on the other side. And on the other side of the mountain top that Dr. King saw, he saw a dream. He saw America that one day will rise up to live out the true meaning of his dream. A nation that one day will treat everyone not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Dr. King had that dream. But for many years, that was only a dream in the minds of dark-skinned Americans. It was only a dream that would dare the others, that someone of dark skin, of dark pigmentation, would be allowed to go into the White House as president. Mothers were even fearful to tell their children that one day they could become president. Thereby, whites were able to say, one day you can become president. Our mothers and our grandparents, they were hesitant, they were reluctant to dare grant that dream in the hearts and the minds of their dark-skinned children. But one day, on November 4th, 2008, rolls of Americans went to the poll because for the first time, the dream that Dr. King had decades ago might finally come to fruition, might finally come to pass. They were excited. Americans as a whole were excited. African Americans in particular were excited about the possibility that maybe, just maybe, enough white Americans enough Latino Americans, enough Hispanic Americans, enough Native Americans will be able to believe that a minority can rise to the highest office in a land. And so they went to the polls on November 4th, and millions went to the polls for weeks and months leading up to November 4th. And 42% of whites, if my numbers are correct, voted for a black man. 95% of minorities, including African Americans, voted for a black man. And when the ballots had been counted, when the election had